You know what I realize? The bar in life, the standard in life, the standard that people have for their lives, the bar that people have for their lives is so low, fam. Low like this Ross Clark window trim. I mean, this is quite high, you know what? This is higher than most people's standard in life, innit? But before I get into that, let me get into this quickly. Just had a viewing. I'm gonna pop it around the corner. This is what I'm saying, man, them. Don't move in with a gal, blood. Had a guy come over and that, come to view the room, and he said, yeah, he's probably gonna be staying for about 3 months. Cool. And when we left, we're standing outside, and he was just saying like, yeah, I'll be staying for about 3 months. If he does take the room, obviously. So I said to him, where you based? You based in Milton Keynes or Northampton? And I can't remember what he said, but he just like, he just sighed and he said, yeah, relationship stuff. He's a big man, 40 plus, probably a bit younger than my mum, so like late 40s and that. And I said, kid, this is the reason why man them don't move in with a gal, blood, because when things go sour and that, you is the one that has to get moved out, fam. Yeah, you's the one that's gonna be leaving, fam. I did actually have a girl the other day come, one girl, she's from Pakistan. This guy that just came was African, but I had one girl, she's from Pakistan, she came for a viewing. And yeah, she was telling me about, yeah, she just wants to get out. Her ex is threatening to divorce her and that. And I'm thinking to myself, ah, blood, anyhow, cause you know certain man say, yeah, I want to break up and that, I want to divorce. And then the girl will break up with you, the girl will move out and that. Next thing you know, I got fucking crazy ex-husbands, boyfriends, whatever, turning up to my property, and then my other tenants that are in the other room are getting shook and that car is arguing, and I'm thinking, man, I ain't a Ross Clark police man, blood, but this is the shit you potentially might have to deal with when you got tenants and that people living in your yard, innit? And you're managing it. You're basically the landlord and you're the estate agent, innit? Anyway, the bar is so low in life, blood. I've had conversations with people. This is why I'm so good at making these videos and dropping these gems, blood, because I remember conversations from 10, 15 years ago. Like, I'm not the Ross Clark Rain, man. I don't remember every single word that was spoken to, man, and that's passed through my ears, innit? What I'm saying is, there's just certain things that, man, remember. If you say shit around me 10 years ago, blood, I'll remember, you know. You might just say one little thing, but man will remember it 10 years later, innit? And I've heard people say, like, I heard someone say to me one time, I can't remember what I was talking about, not being successful. This time, man's all 19, 20 years old, you know. This is pre-JYs, isn't it? Yeah, this is fetus JYs, isn't it? Get me? Well, at least I ain't a prostitute. There's a woman that said that to man, innit? At least I ain't a prostitute. And I'm like, blood, why are you, I had to say this to this person, why are you comparing yourself to a prostitute? You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, there's people out here, the bar is so low. Now, what inspired me to make these videos, because earlier I was talking to my girl, and I was telling her about something that I experienced, and I experience all the time, should I say, but I did experience this before. And I just figured to myself, yeah, the bar is so low that it makes me look good. So, and I made a video about this a very long time ago. So this time man was JYs, innit? You get me? Man was like a year old these times, you get me? So this is like when I first started the channel, it's like 18 maybe. And basically, I was talking about girls that smoke weed and drink alcohol and things there. And yeah, I said that 4 or 5 years ago. I still stand by this today. Man won't deal with no girl that buns weed. If a girl likes to drink alcohol here or there, yeah, but not getting plastered every fucking day, or not. I'm not dealing with no girl that needs a drink every day, innit? But yeah, I remember one time. So yeah, I would never deal with a girl that buns weed, no way. Or smoke cigarettes, no way. I don't like the smell, it stinks. So I must have went to one bar. I can't remember. I think was it in Stratford or not? Big up man like D. One time I went down to Cold Harbour Lane in Brixton, and it was one of them, you know, them Caribbean food chain restaurants, a bit like Turtle Bay. But I don't like going to them places there, because you have a Polish man cooking your food, blood, or you have a Turkish man or a white man cooking your food, blood. If I'm going to eat yard food, I want a yard person behind in the kitchen. I want a fucking yardie in the kitchen serving my food. Similarly, if I go to eat Chinese, I don't want to see no black man in there. I don't see no white man in there. I want to see a Chinese man, yeah, that can't even speak English cooking my food. Same thing with Turkish food. Went to one Turkish place, it was like Romanian people serving up Turkish food, cooking up Turkish food. Fam, no. If I go to a particular restaurant, I want the cuisine to be cooked by that person from that ethnicity, that background, innit? Yeah? But anyway, this fucking shit electrical, this fucking shit Caribbean food chain place, innit? Coming like Turtle Bay. And I remember I approached one girl. She looked like she was Iranian, but it turns out she just happened to be Indian. Very, very light skinned and that. And anyway, I'm chatting to these girls, so this Iranian thing and then this black thing, I think she was African, innit? But obviously born here, like, man. And I can't remember how it came up in conversation, but I said, yeah, I don't drink alcohol and I don't smoke weed. And the black girl turned to me and said, you don't smoke weed? You're a bit weird. And I'm thinking to myself, I still think like this now, innit? Like, nah, I'm not the one that's weird, you know. You just know a lot of trash, man. You see, I'll go to tenants' houses and that, and I swear on my mother's life, I went to one tenant's house, was it last week or the week before? I knocked on this old woman's house. She's 80 years old. Knocked on this old woman's house. She let me in, and within a minute, 2 minutes, I'm talking about within 120 seconds, my brother, she said to me, I can tell you've got your head screwed on and you're a no-nonsense man. And I said to her, how the hell did you know that? Like, cause I'm just coming there. When I go to the test, man's cool, innit? I don't go there on no, you get me, stern and standoffish energy. Man's cool. I was like, how did you know? She's like, I don't know. I just know, innit? Certain people, they just know, innit, when they meet you, yeah, if you're a fucking idiot or whatever, innit? Yeah, but some people know if you're a no-nonsense person and your head screwed. I had one gal say that to me, innit? Not too far away from here. Went to her yard and I can't remember what happened, innit? But she must have asked me how old I was. Or I told her, yeah, I'm 29, gonna be 30 soon, innit? And she's like, right, I thought you was older, you know? I was like, is it? She was like, yeah, you got your head screwed on and that. All I was doing was explaining the electrical procedure to her, like how to find faults and that, like if something's tripping, what to do, innit? And she said to me, yeah, you got your head screwed on and that, like as a person, not even to do with the electrical thing, innit? But yeah, I've had tenants tell me, yeah, you got your head screwed on, you're one of the good ones and that. And I think to myself, am I really one of the good ones? Yeah. But is it because the bar is so low? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like there's a lot of girls, they don't know men that have properties and that. It's not because not that much men have properties. It's because the bar is so low. It's because there's a lot of trash girls out here dealing with a lot of trash man. It's not that man's doing that well. It's that the bar is so low, which makes me look like I'm doing so well. Like I've said in my previous video, ethnic minorities that develop a bad reputation in the UK. Yeah, I'm doing all right for myself, but it makes me look, being a black man and being from the black community, it makes me look like I'm doing exceptionally well, especially because I'm a Jamaican. Because what do we know about most black men, especially Jamaican? They man, they just bun weed and breed up gal. That's what they do. How many Jamaican youths do you know that have multiple properties, blood? You probably don't know one. The only one you know is me, and you don't know me like that. You never met me before. You just come across me on YouTube and that. So I just come to the realization that the bar is so low in this world. Like everybody's standards, the bar is so low, especially in the dating market and that. Especially with, like, I find with a lot of working class gal, the bar is very low. In order for a girl to like you, all you need to do is just be good looking. That's it. Or you just need to be tall. They don't meet men that are the full package. Yeah, they don't have other attributes. They just have one thing. They're good looking, or they have money, or they're tall. That's it. Girls that just accept men and are just attracted to men just because, or girls that feel like a man's good enough just because he's tall or good looking and that. I know those girls are of a low caliber and that. Because high caliber women, you're not getting into no family. You're not being accepted by no gal and her family just because you're tall or just because you're good looking. Yeah, you need to be good looking or tall, but you need to be educated. You need to be driven. You get me? You need to be a smart individual as well, witty. You understand what I'm trying to say? You have to have all different attributes in that. You can't just be tall or just have charisma, or just, you can't just have one thing. You have to have a lot of things to get in. You think Meghan Markle is gonna accept a man just because he's tall or just because he's good looking? No, you have to have other attributes in that. You need to be intelligent. You need to be an accomplished man. Yeah. You need to be able to teach your children something. There's a lot of men out here. Trust me, I know some real idiots, man. There's men out here who think that they know, but they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. Literally, like, if they have any children, if they have a daughter, if they have a son or sons, daughters, whatever in it, yeah, they can't teach them nothing. There's certain man out here, if they have sons and that, this dog's trying to get onto man. Oh no, it's getting onto one youth that's riding his bike. There's certain man out here, if they have any sons or whatever, especially, yeah, if they have boy children, they have sons and that, all they can teach them is about how to get gal. They can't teach them no life skills. They can't teach them how to buy properties and that, how to save, how to get into the mindset of how to buy properties and that, because they ain't got none themselves. And it's not that they ain't got none themselves right now, today. They're not in the mind frame. Like I said, you have to be in the mind frame of buying properties and that. The reason why so many of these people who do not have properties, but they have Balenciaga and Balmain and that, the reason why they don't have properties because they value Balenciaga, Rolex watches, Balmain and Gucci and AP watches over buying a property. It's a mindset thing. It's got nothing to do with the money, blood. There's man out here that would prefer to buy a Rolex watch and put down 30 grand. A man like that would never have a property because it's not about the money. Yeah, he does have the money, but it's a mindset. It's the mindset of buying a property is more important than having some bust down, having some expensive watch on their wrist, blood. Trust me, there's so many men out here that, yeah, they might be good with gal or whatever, innit? Or they might, you know what I'm saying, innit? You know how to avoid the police and that. But other than that, and I don't want to teach my son how to avoid the police. I don't want my son to be getting in no trouble to avoid the police, if you get what I'm trying to say. There's certain man, they can't teach their sons nothing. Nothing. Me, I could teach my son how to buy a property, how to get in the mindset of buying properties, how to fucking be an electrician. I could teach my son so many things, how to avoid getting ripped off and that. So man, they can't afford, they can't teach their sons nothing, blood, except for how to get gal, blood. And I think gal will ruin your life, blood. Gal will literally ruin your life, fam. So yeah, man, they just come to realize like the bar is really low. The bar is really low. I speak to so many gal and they tell me like, yeah, man, their ex-boyfriend, whatever, and their ex is just, he's just bun weed all day, or he'll come home from work and just play video games and that. He has no drive and ambition and that. I just think to myself, like, nah, this would never, put it this way, do you know what you have to be? In life, you have to be the man that you'd want your daughter to be with. If right now, yeah, if you had a daughter right now, if you wouldn't want her to be, and please, look at yourself objectively. Don't base it on your feelings and be biased towards yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror, fam. And think to yourself, if I had a daughter, would I want her to be with a man like this? Obviously, no one's perfect. Everyone's got little things about them that they could improve and that. But if we look at the whole picture, would you want your daughter to bring a man like you home? Because me, for certain, I know I would want my sister to date a man like me. I would want my daughter to date a man like me. But can you look in the mirror and honestly say, do you know what, yeah? Oh, would you want your son to grow up to be exactly like you? Blood, if you're just driving a lorry or you're not making money and you get me, you ain't got no future plans, blood. Unfortunately, yeah, you should not want your son to be like you. Furthermore, you want your son to be better than you. I want my son to be better than me. But let's say, for example, your son was going to be an exact carbon copy of you. Would you want the position that you're in now, what you're doing with yourself right now, would you want that for your son? Because, yeah, I wouldn't mind my son growing up to, you get me? Yeah, I mean, to do something a little bit better than being an electrician. Because, I mean, I can look at myself objectively. I don't just sit here and think, yeah, electrician's good enough. No. My son would be better than me. My son would be better than just an electrician, blood. I don't want to hear in the comment section that electricians get paid good money. It's not about money all the time, blood. Yeah, it's not about money all the time. But yeah, I'd want my son to be just like me. Yeah, at worst, yeah, no problem. No problem. I want my son to be like me. What, 30 years old, 3 properties and that? None of you, no one can chat to me, blood, until you got as much as me, fam. Yeah, so yeah, I'd want my son to be like me. I'd want my daughter to bring home a man like me. 110%. 110%. But a lot of men out here, they can't teach their sons nothing, man. The bar is really low. The bar is really low. And you know what it is? When you start to increase your value as a man, there's certain gal they won't even deal with you, you know. I swear to God. Me, I'll consider myself to pretty much be the whole package. Yeah? Or good enough in every, you get me? Like, let's say for example, yeah, there's like different categories and that. Man is high in most categories, innit? Yeah? So I'll say I'm the whole package, innit? Yeah? I guarantee you, if I met a girl that buns weed, you know, like just one typical hood thing with the perm and you get me, and a nose piercing and one gold teeth there. If I met a girl like that and I was bunning, and she's one of them girls that bun weed and that, and man was chatting to her and that, which I never fucking would. I reckon she wouldn't even want to deal with me. Because they know, a man like me, they know deep down I'm too good for them. I know, you know, women date up and that, but sometimes women know when a man is out of their league. Women know I have nothing on this guy. I cannot replace this guy, but this guy can replace me just like that. Literally, fam. Literally, when you get to certain levels and that, there's certain girls, they know they can't even deal with you. You know, like there's certain girl you might look at and you think, yeah, man, I ain't got that. I can't give nothing. I can't bring nothing to this girl. Man ain't got nothing to give this girl, fam. That's the same way certain girl will look at certain man. Nah, there's certain girls out here, they know they would not be able to hold down Drake or Chris Brown or whoever their celebrity crush is. Yeah, they might fancy a man, whoever it is, innit, whoever in it, but they know deep down they would not be able to hold a man down. No way. They would not be able to lock him down. No way. They know. So to save themselves a heartbreak, they will just lie down with them one time and just let him keep it pushing, because they know deep down they ain't gonna be able to hold a man and that. Because the standard is too low, man. But yeah. So yeah, man, that's it for today, man. Come to the, well, man knew this one before anyway, but the bar is way too low, man. That's what I'm saying, like, that's why I'd love to meet man, like I say this all the time, I'd love to meet man like Andrew Tate and that. Like, he said one thing, and this is why man listen to Andrew Tate's podcast and that, or any, like, lots of people's podcasts and that. But I'll listen to a 1 hour, 2 hour podcast just for that one gem, just for that one line, you know. So this is one of Andrew Tate's podcasts and that. Obviously he's done bare, innit. This is before he got locked up, obviously. Obviously he's out now, innit, yeah, get me, obviously, innit. But he done a lot of podcasts, obviously, before he got locked up and that. And there was one podcast, I can't remember what it was about, but anyway, he was just talking and the usual thing, innit. And he would say, listen, yeah, when you up the levels and you become a man of, you get me, substance and that. He laughed, but he was dead serious. He said, it's fucking hard to find friends. Yeah, literally, when you level up in that, blood, you just start to outgrow the man around you, blood. You start to, when man phone you up and that, you just listening to what a man's saying, you're like, yeah, this guy's on a joke team, fam. Literally. That's why I love to meet a man like Andrew Tate and that, like, car. Them man they're on the same wavelength as man. Them man, they're really serious about life. There's certain man right now, they don't care about achieving nothing in life. They just want peas and money just to get me go check gal in it. But I don't give a fuck about that shit. But obviously gal is good in it. Yeah, but it's just not the be all and end all. Like me, I love taking on, like, I'm even trying to buy a next property right now, man. I've got 3 already, 3 properties and nothing. I'm trying to get a next one real soon, man. Like, I'm not thinking like, yeah, man, you get me new gal. Nah, fam. Nah, I don't care, man. I don't care, man. I just had this burning desire to conquer and build. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, bro? Man, don't have this burning desire to knock down all these gal in it. There's certain man right now. Like, I went to Luton the other day. I was riding my motorbike and I had to stop off and get petrol. With the thing with these racing motorbikes, maybe the brand new ones, I don't know in it yet, but just anything before like 018 or whatever in it, maybe a little bit before that. You don't have a fuel gauge like a car, so you don't know what level your fuel's at. It will just randomly tell you you're on reserve and you got 20 miles to find a new petrol, the nearest petrol station. Your bike will break down, innit? Your bike will stop running, innit? So man, I had to go to Luton quickly, innit? But let me tell you, yeah, I was riding around. Luton is such a shit town, blood. Shit town, blood. I was riding around Luton for 15 minutes. No petrol station. I'm thinking, blood, even in the postcode at N9, I could not ride around for 15 minutes. Like, even in the postcode at N9, I can count 4 petrol stations right now, fam. I rode around Luton for 15 minutes because I'm just thinking, I can't bother to pull up and look at my sat-nav and just keep going, man. I'll find something, I'm all asking a homeless man, you know. Cause if a man's homeless, he knows the area well, innit? You get me? He's literally, he is the area, you get me, innit? But even he was, oh yeah, up there, and then obviously you get lost in that. Couldn't find no fucking petrol station. But literally, in Luton, if I told a man, yo, blood, you know what? Luton has got a bag of mixed race thing. I know there's certain man, be like, you know what, fam? Let's go down there on the weekend, fam. But I ain't going nowhere, fam. I ain't going nowhere, fam. But anyway, man, that's it for today, man. The bar is too low out here, innit? There's certain people, I will talk what I'm talking and that, and certain people will get pissed off with what I say. They would rather argue with me about it, or leave a comment, or just get vexed with me about it, than fix the fucking problem. They'd rather be angry at me than be angry at themselves and fix the problem. It's easier for a man to argue in the comment section or phone me up and say, oh, I disagree with you, what you say, innit? Instead of saying to say, you know what? Let me fix this. So imagine, like, I know a man who is doing local gas engineering work and that, and if he sees this video, I don't give a shit. I know a man who's doing local gas engineering work, and he's been doing it for about a year with one of his colleagues and that. So I said to a man the other day, like, have you found the college to do the gas engineering? He's like, yeah, I found the college and I'm gonna start it in like September, October, innit? And I said to him, all right, cool. If this guy does not go to college to do this gas engineering thing, he's a fucking fool. Now, a man might see this and get pissed off. Why are you getting pissed off for, blood? So what happens is, a man might see this or whatever, innit? And like, let's say in December, for some reason he didn't start the course a couple of months ago in October. A man will see this and get pissed off. Blood, you shouldn't be pissed off at me, you should be pissed off at yourself. The reason why you're pissed off at me is because you know you're not gonna do nothing about it. You know you fucked up. You know you're just on a jolt thing, blood. There's certain men right now, they still haven't found what they want to do with themselves, blood. They still haven't found a career. I made a video about this. Stop getting jobs and get yourself a fucking career, blood. Stop working there. Bruv, focus on one career and move up the ladder in that career. Stop working for Auto Glass, BT, Sky, Virgin, driving a lorry. Become a plumber, become an electrician, become a gas engineer, and work your way up the ladder that way. Be more focused, blood. Anyway, a man will see a video where I'm saying, or imagine I said to a man that's doing the gas engineer thing, blood, you're on a joke thing, you don't want to go to college and that. You're too lazy, you rather just do the practical shit than studying that. A man will get vexed over me saying this, you know, after a man's been doing it for a year and that. Blood, don't get vexed at me. Go and fucking study, blood. Literally, a man will get vexed at me. Blood, why are you vexed at me? You should be vexed at yourself, blood. A man would rather be vexed at me than go and fucking study at college, blood. Anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Stay wise. Done now.